Thank you, Shreya, and good morning, everyone. Oh, I hope you loved and enjoyed that Flirt GPT as much as I did. Once again, good morning, everyone. It is so lovely to see people for real. Yeah. And we are meeting here after 3 years, and 3 long years at that. And boy, call me old-fashioned, but the real thing is the real thing. The energy that we see when we see and to be among people here is absolutely hard to beat. All this virtual, remote, hybrid, whatever you call it, it's all so dumb when compared to the real thing. Yeah? So thank you all for being here, and I'd like to welcome all of you by saying a very big thank you on behalf of NASSCOM for being here. And so much has changed since we last met 3 years ago. First and foremost, technology and digital have become so thoroughly central to the way in which we live our lives, we conduct our business. Hybrid, although I just said it is dumb, has now become ingrained in the way we work. Resilience and agility have become basic tenets for most enterprises. Geopolitics is finding new allies all over. Inflation, currency movements, supply chain are all top of the mind. And last but not the least, and thankfully, sustainability is taking center stage. We also live in the midst of much more volatility and uncertainty than we ever have in the past. If you look at 2022, it has been a year of big seesaw swings. The year, of course, began with a lot of promise of great global resurgency, economic growth, and so on. But along came the war, the inflation fears along with it, and so on, and it very quickly muted into a so-so year. Right? It was also the year of great resignations. Attrition was peaking even at the beginning of the year, and it got worse for a couple of quarters, and then just as shortly, attrition came down and a semblance of normalcy returned towards the end of the year. Although it's not fully normal, I think we are a lot closer to the normal than we were at the peak during the early part of the year. And I can go on and on, right? You look at the oil prices. Towards the beginning of the year, it started at $76 a barrel, and it went all the way up to 120, 122, and then towards the end of the year, it came back to 22. And much the same can be said about inflation as well, but you get my drift. However, in all of this pandemonium, there is one shining star for the globe. No prizes for guessing that, and very hearteningly, of course, it is India, delivering 2x the economic growth compared to the global average. And coming to our own tech sector, 2022 was another year of steady revenue growth, steady jobs growth, and accelerating digital and technology transformation, both for our clients in India and abroad, and also for our member companies within NASSCOM. We will, of course, publish more industry-related data during the course of the day, but there are a few highlights that Sangeeta and Debjani have been kind enough to give me that I'd really like to highlight. Firstly, our impact for the country continues to gain great momentum. The sector is now almost 7.5% relative to India's GDP and over 53% of India's services exports. Now just take a moment and take that in. 53% just this one sector. And what that means is that just our sector alone exports more than all other services sectors combined in India. And that's something that all of us should give a hand for ourselves. India's technology ecosystem continues to mature and scale across all subsectors: technology, engineering, research and development, global capability centers, software as a service, and the domestic market, of course. With the supportive government push on manufacturing, we are seeing good growth in manufacturing as well. We continue to be the leaders in the global sourcing sector, as I mentioned, with over 50% market share. We are the third largest tech startup ecosystem. We are, of course, a leader in fintech adoption. The world is sitting up and taking notice of how that revolution has happened in India. We are the second largest global pool of technology talent. And last, but perhaps most hearteningly, the largest private sector employer for women. Innovation is now ingrained across all of our digital transformation capabilities, and deep tech startups are growing at a very healthy pace. So from a NASScom perspective, 2022 has been a year of investments in the key enablers that drive this industry, and I'd like to highlight 4 key aspects. Firstly, our work with the government in terms of policy advocacy, ease of doing business, changes in special economic zone laws for hybrid working, the digital data protection bill, free trade agreements, and a host of other engagements all reflect the supportive policy environment for the sector. That's the first one. Secondly, talent and skills are a key to our vision of India, and as the digital talent hub of the world, NASScom Future Skills Prime platform, which is built with the government and the private sector support, has crossed over 1 million enrollments. So congratulations and a big shout out to the NASScom Skills Prime team. We've also published India's first Artificial Intelligence Adoption Index, AI Adoption Index, launched the Responsible AI Hub, and enabled the co-creation of a number of innovative use cases across healthcare, manufacturing, and other sectors, leveraging emerging technologies. Our work with the startups and small and medium industries continues to deepen its focus on building India's next-gen companies. And now looking to the future, 2023 is starting on a rather somber note, but there is no shortage of growth opportunities. Take infrastructure and managed services, application modernization, platform BPM, data management, engineering and R&D, and of course, cloud remain great growth drivers, with analysts predicting very, very strong numbers for the coming year. The software product segment is expected to see greater offtake of productivity software and cybersecurity solutions, among others. Sustainability is taking center stage, as I mentioned earlier, and the focus on zero carbon emissions is triggering the evolution of sustainable technologies. Further advancement of emerging technologies, including AI, machine learning, data science, 5G, to name a few, will create new opportunities for growth. And lastly, this is also a special year for India, a year in which India holds the presidency of G20, and it is great to see the importance of technology, digital public infrastructure, sustainable and inclusive tech featuring across all the different G20 groups. As an industry, we are building an aspirational goal to become a $500 billion industry at the turn of the decade. And we will continue to work with all stakeholders and ecosystems to make India continue to be the dominant hub for trusted sourcing, continue to be the digital talent nation for the world, and build world-class from India while creating an ecosystem that is sustainable and inclusive. Doing this requires new opportunities, new ideas, and lots of collaboration among us. So, as chairman of NASScom, I earnestly request all of you to please come, engage with us, and work with us deeper to create initiatives that will drive this vision and accelerate our impact for the country. Before I conclude, I also want to call out the phenomenal agenda that the team has put together for the event. We have already seen a very insightful virtual day that threw up very interesting insights across technology, innovation, startups, future of works, and what have you. And we'll discuss these aspects a lot more between today and tomorrow. I do invite all of you to enjoy the 2 days, get deeper insights, and do use these 2 days fully and taking advantage of the rich sessions and the networking opportunities that we have to gain new insights, share your own learnings, but most importantly, have fun. As I hand over to Debjani for her speech, which I'm keenly looking forward to, I want to thank all the members of the NASScom Executive Council, the Chairman's Council, and all the industry councils as well, who have played a stellar role in the year to shape the wide array of programs that NASScom is building and scaling in line with our theme of shaping the decade. Once again, thank you all so very much for being here, and have a great NTLF 2023.
For more interesting content, like, comment, and subscribe to our NASScom YouTube channel.